Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I think a lot of you were able to see that pre-class video that we recorded to talk a little bit more about what You Call This Yoga does and tell you about the class that's coming up. But just in case you're just now logging on, as a quick reminder before we start, today is Giving Tuesday. So if you have been looking for a nonprofit to support this holiday season, I want to encourage you to visit You Call This Yoga's Facebook page, which is You Call This Yoga, where you can find out more about how to donate. And those donations, not only will they be matched up to $5,000, but you will be entered to win raffle prizes. So it's a fun way to give back and make yoga accessible to everyone. You Call This Yoga's mission is to make yoga accessible and free. A lot of people don't typically have access to yoga, and that could be due to limitations financially or physically. And in addition, You Call This Yoga makes yoga accessible for people with special concerns, such as people living with cancer or military veterans who may be recovering from PTSD. A lot of different people are served by this organization. They offer 600 free classes every year. And we're so happy that you're here to participate in this class, which is Stress Management at the Desk. I'm Tiffany Candioti. I will be leading class. I know some of you personally. I don't necessarily get to see everyone who's out there, but if I don't know you, welcome. The way I like to start class is actually by standing up. So I've heard from people who take the class how much they'd like to be able to get up out of their chair because they're spending so much time seated during the day. So we'll start standing. I also encourage you to get comfortable, such as taking off your glasses if you're able to see, taking your shoes off for sure. And then once you have found a nice comfortable stance, I want to get situated so you can see my feet, what I'm doing. Great. So you'll take a little bit wider stance than hip distance. Let your knees be a little bit soft. Good. So what you're looking for here is a way to feel balanced with your eyes closed for maybe 30 seconds. If having your hand on something to help you balance is better for you, then you might find something to hold on to. Close your eyes. And as you do that, I'm going to plug in my mic, which I failed to do in the beginning, so that you can hear me better when I'm far away. There we go. All right. Eyes are closed and feet are grounded on the floor. You're going to take a deep breath in here and slowly breathe out. Do that again. Breathe in and breathe out. Shifting the mind and the body and the breath away from what you were doing before to the present moment, where we'll move and breathe and let our minds settle and relax. And take one more deep breath in and let it go. Great. Open your eyes, beginning with some gentle shoulder rolls just to reverse that rounded position. As you inhale, shrug the shoulders up and then roll them back and down. Good. So, of course, it's very typical for most of us to be rounded forward. And we're just going to kind of open the chest and roll the shoulders back using the breath. Inhale, shrug the shoulders up. And exhale, roll back and down. Nice. Keep doing that. Following your own breath. And then settle the shoulders down and kind of feel that nice open upright position in standing. Inhale with your head center, and then exhale, take your right ear over to your right shoulder. Good. Stretching the neck gently. Inhale, bring your head back to center, and exhale over to the other side. We'll do that a few more times. Inhaling head center, and exhaling over to the right. Inhale, head center, exhale over to the left, and then roll the chin through chest, down to center, and side to side. Half circles, letting go any tension that you've collected throughout your morning and your week. Taking this into full head circles, if that's okay, on the back of your neck. Do that 2 times, one direction. And then switch directions. Great, drop your chin to your chest. And then roll down your spine. So you have nice wide stance here, a little bend in the knees, dropping chin to chest, starting to roll down the spine. Just coming as far as is comfortable for you. Maybe it's halfway, maybe it's all the way to touching your toes. Head is heavy. Breathe in. Breathe out. And as you breathe in, roll back up, taking it nice and slow. Keeping the head dropped to help avoid feeling dizzy. And then again, let those shoulders roll back and down to open the chest and lift the head. Nice work. Let's take the feet a little bit closer together. This is toe stand. It's a full body exercise. Again, you can use a chair or your desk for balance if you find that helpful. So we'll start first with just the legs. You can take your hands to your hips or leave them down by your side. And as you inhale, come up onto your toes. And as you exhale, lower the heels down. Good. So coming up just as high as is comfortable for you. Inhale to lift and exhale to lower. Good. Notice if your heels start to fall out, you can draw them in. So feel those ankles really engage. Good. Inhale and lift, pulling the navel in, and exhale to lower. Good. Let's do one more. Lower down. Great. Shake your legs out. Let go any tension that came up from that. Adding on, you can stay with what we just did, or you can reach the arms up overhead, making this a full body exercise. Inhale and lift up onto your toes as high as you are able to go right now. And then exhale to lower. Good. Inhale and lift. And exhale and lower. Do that one more time. Good job. Exhale, lower all the way down, and we'll take a wide stance, widest stance so far, a little bit wider than where you were before. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, side stretch. Take the left hand over to the left thigh, and then side stretch, reaching the right arm overhead. And your head can be looking forward. If it's okay on your neck, you can look up to your arm. Follow the breath here. Inhale, expand the right side body. Exhale and take it deeper. Good. Inhale, back up to center, 2 hands overhead. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, expand your side body. Exhale, take this into deeper side stretch. Good. Inhaling back up, 2 hands overhead, and float the hands down. Great. Step back together and find a surface to put your hands on. For me, I use the back of the chair because it's a low back chair. If you're with a high back chair, you can use the surface of your desk or your kitchen table. We're going to do 4 rounds of chair Sun Salutations to really get the spine and the breath moving. So come to wherever you'll be placing your hands. And then as you inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. And exhale, take your hands down to chair or desk and press back to that chair, downward facing dog. So you're looking for hands about shoulder height or lower, not higher than shoulder height. Press your hips back, drop your head between your arms, take a deep breath. Good, inhale, look to your hands, walk your feet up to your hands. As you come to standing, inhale and reach. Taking a side stretch, right hand to right side, exhale, side stretch. Inhale, two hands overhead. Exhale, side stretch to the other side. Inhale, two hands overhead. Take the hands behind, tuck your hands into your low back or interlace your fingers with the wrists square. Pull the elbows back, shoulders back, open the heart. This is standing, back bend, chest opener. Release the hands. Great, we'll do that 3 more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. Breathe here, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look to the hands, walk up to standing. Inhaling, reach overhead. Exhale, right side bend. Inhale, two hands overhead. Exhale, left side bend. Inhale, two hands up. Exhale, hands behind, tucking hands into low back or interlace the fingers. Open the heart, breathe in and breathe out. Great. As you inhale next, reach up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. Press the hips back. Once you land your down dog, inhale deeply. Exhale slowly. We breathe again. Next inhale, look to the hands, walk yourself up to standing, taking your arms up overhead as you stand up. Exhale, right side bend. Inhale, two hands up overhead. Exhale, left side bend. Inhale up overhead. Exhale, hands behind. Inhaling to open the chest. Exhale to hold. And last one. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Upward salute. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause for your breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look to the hands, standing up, arms reach, upward salute. Grow taller. Exhale, side bend, right side. Inhale, upward salute, arms overhead. Exhale, left side bend. Inhale, two arms overhead. Exhale, hands behind. Inhale, open the chest and hold for the exhale. And inhale, release the hands. Great job. If there's anything you need to move out here, you can circle your wrists, you can roll your shoulders, shake your legs, take a moment to reset. And then we'll come to the seat of the chair. So situate yourself so that you can come to seated. But we'll do a little bit of glute and leg work to get us down there. So this is like hovering over the shoulder from the sides. Hands can be at heart center. You could also take arms up overhead for chair. We're just going to hover and chair over the seat of the chair. Inhale here and exhale. Sit halfway back to your seat. Feel the weight in your heels. Wiggle your toes. Tuck your tailbone. And keep sitting until you really feel your hamstrings and your glutes turn on. So that's the backs of your legs, your seat muscles. Good, keep hovering, keep hovering. Breathing, doing great. Finally, making your way all the way down to seated. Good, again, you can shake it out here. I'm gonna turn and face you. You will stay seated. Good. Come on to the edge of your chair to where you can be comfortably seated with a nice long spine and 2 feet planted firmly on the floor. We're going to get a little bit deeper into neck and shoulder stretches. These are two areas, of course, where we collect so much tension from being on screens and being on our devices. So let's take a little bit of extra time today to release that tension and really stretch it out. Take your right ear over to your right shoulder. And then breathe in just to connect to the breath and slow the energy down from those seated postures. Or back now that we're in seated from the standing postures. Then inhale, take your head center, and exhale over to the other side. Again, breathe here, just feel into your energy. Let it settle on the body. And then inhale your head back to center and pause with head over to the right. Take your right hand to your head and you're just gently floating the fingers onto the head. So there's no pulling, there's no forcing. Just allowing the weight of the hand to increase the stretch. If it feels good to close the eyes during this sequence, you can always close your eyes and just listen to my voice. Now we'll get into the back of the head and the back side of the trap that runs along the top of the shoulder. Tilt your chin down toward the shoulder and place your hand gently on the back of your head. Good. Let the head be nice and heavy. Letting the breath move the stretch rather than forcing with the hand. Ear tilts back to shoulder. You can rest your hand on your head one more time. And then to come out, you'll roll your chin through center. And roll it side to side a couple of times, letting go the tension that was released from that stretch. And then lift your head. Good. Roll your shoulders back and take your left ear over to the left. Gently placing the hand on the head. And letting the weight of gravity deepen the stretch. One more breath here. And then tilt your chin down and place your hand on the back of your head. Tilt back, ear to shoulder, one more stretch. And then release the hand, and again, roll chin through chest, side to side, just to really release anything that was brought up from that stretch. And then lift your head, good. Again, roll your shoulders back, just to keep that upright position. And then again, right ear to right shoulder. This time the left arm reaches out with the palm up toward the ceiling. And then reach back with your thumb. So there's an opening of this left side shoulder. Now turn the palm down and then back so that your thumb is pointed down toward the floor, and tuck your hand into your low back. And keep the head tilted over to the right. Breathe deeply. Notice if you're holding the breath at any point. It's totally fine if it happens. Just let that observation deepen and free your breath. Release that left arm and roll your chin through chest. Roll it out, side to side. Lift the head and go the other direction. Left ear to left shoulder. Right arm out to the side. Palm is up, facing the ceiling. And the thumb presses back. Again, it might feel good to close the eyes here. Totally fine. Deepen your breath. Turn your palm down and then thumb down. Tuck your hand into your low back. And keeping the head tilted toward the left. Release the arm and roll your head out side to side. When you lift your head, roll your shoulders up and back. Great. Take your hands in front of your chest and interlace your palms. Press the palms away. Feel the upper back expand, so the shoulder blades are separating. And then drop your chin to your chest. So kind of like a turtle, bringing the head out of the shell and then dropping the head down. Good. Stretch through the upper back. And then on the inhale, you're sweeping everything up. Arms reach up overhead, head lifts. Lengthening, pulling the ribs up out of the hips. And then release your hands down and make your way into that interlaced behind the back position. If that doesn't work for you, you have something you can hold onto on your chair, then you can do that instead. Again, pull the shoulder blades together and open the heart. We'll take 3 deep breaths here in this stretch. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let it go. One more. And then release. Great. Last seated shoulders and arm stretch. Take your right hand forward and then cross your left arm over. You may come to crossing the forearms, you may cross the elbows. If your upper arms cross, then you can take this into a full cross. Take your hands to opposite shoulders. If your hands will wrap, either backs touching or wrists, you can come to that eagle wrap. Wherever you are, draw the elbows away from your chest. Breathe in. You may be feeling an intense upper back stretch here. Breathe out. And now as you inhale, lift either the elbows or the fingers, or both, lift. And as you exhale, just draw everything in and round. Inhale and lift. Exhale, elbows in and round. Last one. And as you inhale, come back up to center and release your arms. So that's eagle. Let's take the wings all the way up and overhead. Good, and then release. Other side. So left arm crosses under and right arm over. Maybe you're here, or maybe the upper arms touch. Hands to shoulders, backs of the hands touch, or wrap the arms. Draw the elbows away. Breathe into your upper back. Let it go. The next inhale, lift. And as you exhale, draw everything in and round. You do that a couple more times. I think I'm covering my mic, so hopefully you can hear. You can also watch what I'm doing. And as you inhale, open the arms, spread those wings. Imagine you're taking flight. And then release. Great. All right, come on back up to standing. We're going to really get into some leg and glute work now. So again, I'm using the back of my chair. If your chair back is really high, then use your desk, because when you have your hands out, you want to be looking for that shoulder height or lower position. And we'll just come into downward facing dog to kind of stretch things out from being seated. So you can bend your knees here. You can straighten your legs if that's okay for your hamstrings, your back. Drop your head between your arms. Breathe here. Feel your spine getting longer. Decompressing. Great. Inhale, look to the back of your chair, your desk, your table, wherever you are. Maybe it's your sofa today. Take your right foot back and we're in lunge. So the back heel is up. And that front knee is bent. And you're generally looking to stack the knee over the ankle. Maybe it's slightly more behind, but not really looking to be way out here. Press through that back heel so that you feel your calf stretch. That's the lower leg. And you can also squeeze your seat muscle, your glute, really get it turned on here, engaged. Sleepy glute muscles are pretty common when you work at a desk. So you've got your left leg forward. You're going to take your right arm up. So whatever leg is forward, you're taking the opposite arm up toward the ceiling. And then you're just tilting your body in the direction of that bent knee. Ribs are stacked over hips, right? So you're not leaned forward for this particular stretch. This is a deep psoas stretch. So what we're looking for is a stretch in the front of this muscle, which connects all the way into the core. One more deep breath here.
Hey girl, come on.
And then bring two hands back.
Come out.
This time when you step forward a little bit, you'll be bringing the heel down. So now you may recognize this is pyramid if you practice mat yoga or warrior one stance, but the front knee is straight. Dropping through that right hip. Front leg is left, so right hip drops. And then just bring yourself into a hamstring stretch. Position your hands in whatever way feels most comfortable for you. If you've got your head looking up with this kind of arch in the neck, drop the chin and lengthen the back of the neck. So there's some sense of a long spine from tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. Now, some of you may be feeling this more intensely in the calf muscle. If you want to get deeper into your hamstring, you'll go lower down toward that front leg. Great. Make your way back up into your upright position, bend into your front knee, and just step forward. Good. You can shake out that back leg if it needs a little bit of release. Take the left foot back, and again, we're in that lunge position. Set yourself up in lunge, back heel lifted, front knee stacked over front ankle. Squeeze your back glutes, really get that back leg engaged and working in the posture. Stack the ribs over the hips, reach your opposite hand up. So right knee's forward, left hand reaches, and exhale, side stretch over towards your bent knee. Breathe in, breathe out. This is an intense stretch, so if that's what you're feeling, you're doing it right. Keep breathing. Great. Two hands back to the chair, pyramid, step it in slightly. Back heel is down, back foot is dialed at about 45, and then come into your forward stretch. Again, once you have your posture set up, you don't need to look up with the head up. Drop your gaze as you drop into the left hip. Lengthen your spine. Taking this lower if needed. To come out, bend into that front knee, and reset yourself into downward facing dog, my favorite. There's one pose that you learned from this class today. Take downward facing dog with you, because you can always just stand up from your chair and stretch yourself out in this pose for 30 seconds to a minute, and you get a full back body stretch. The shoulders, backs of the legs, and most importantly, lengthen the spine. One more breath here. Good. Inhale, look to the hands, and come on back up. All right, adding on to our lunge, take the right foot back. At any point, you can always just stick with what we did before if I progress to something that doesn't feel right for your body. This is totally your practice. We're going to be bending into the back knee. It doesn't touch the floor. As you, let's see, inhale, bend, so breathe in, and then exhale to press. And you should be feeling a nice squeeze in that seat muscle. This is the glutes that I was talking about. Inhale and bend your back knee, and exhale and press. Good, do that 3 more times. Inhale, bend, and exhale, press. Good, 1, and 2 more, last one. Great, press it, squeeze, step forward, switch sides, left foot back. Set yourself up in your lunge, front knee stacked over front ankle. Inhale, bend the back knee, and exhale and press. And 4, and 3, and 2. Good, last one. Excellent work, great. Take it forward, and we're just gonna stretch out the front of that quad, So bend the right foot in, and then take the outside of the ankle. And just pull the heel toward the seat. Breathing deeply here. And then release to the other side. And release. Good. Take the right foot back. Setting up into high lunge again. Heel up. And then using whatever it is you're practicing with today to come into balance in order to strengthen the standing leg. So hands on the back of the chair or your table, or maybe your hands free. Lift up, straighten that front leg. And then again, you're dropping through the right hip as you hinge your body in the direction of parallel to the floor of your desk. Press through the back heel. Lengthen your spine. This is Warrior 3. You would recognize it if you have done a mat yoga with Warrior 3 before. Good. 2, again, work some strength in that standing leg. Bend the standing knee. And it's very, very slow motion. Take the back foot back to lunge. Nice work. Step forward. Other side. Left foot back. Prepare. And then floating into your balance. As you straighten that front leg, drop through the left hip, press out through the heel, and hinge your body in the direction of parallel to the floor or your desk. Breathing deeply and mindfully. And last little bit of strength work in this position. Bend that standing knee. Slow motion float back to high lunge. Nice work. Step forward, and to kind of let go of some of that work that we did, we're going to take a forward fold. So gentle bend in the knees here, feet wide, just roll your body down. And let your head hang. You can have hands on the thighs or the chair, or you can take opposite elbows. And breathe deeply here. Good. Slowly, slowly, mindfully rolling up. Head is nice and heavy. And taking that head up blast also helps with any dizziness. So take it nice and slow. Good work. So you're already set up in somewhat of a wide stance. Let's take it even wider. So this is like one of the widest stances in yoga. It's Warrior 2. So your wide stance is based on what feels good in your body. Once you have your nice wide stance, take your right toes and turn them to the right. So what you're looking for here is a general guideline is a front heel intersecting the back arch. Might be more lined up with the back heel if that feels more balanced to you. And then again, as you bend into that front knee, You're looking to stack the knee over the ankle, right? So sometimes when our stance is very narrow, it's really common to look like this, okay? But you can keep it here, and you can then maybe scoot that foot out to get this wide hip opener, right? So good for opening the hips. They get stiff and stuck from being in the chair. Take your arms out to shoulder height, and then turn your head and look towards your front hand, which is the hand floating over that bent knee. Breathe in, and breathe out. Steady your mind, even as you're working and strengthening your body. Good, as you inhale, you'll take your arms up overhead and straighten your front leg. And then just pivot the feet with arms overhead so that the feet now are going in the other direction. Exhale, bend that front knee, stack the knee over the ankle. Reach the arms to shoulder height. Turn your head, look at your front middle finger. And then attention back to the breath. We're going to do that a couple more times. You can always lower the arms down in between if your arms need a break. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, pivot the feet. Exhale, bend the right knee. Turn and look towards your front middle finger. Breathe here. And let go. Inhale, two hands up overhead, pivot the feet. Take as much time as you need. Warrior two, other side. Gaze looks at front, left middle finger. Inhale, two arms up overhead. And then lower the arms down, pivot the feet so you have this nice wide stance. Now we'll be turning heels in and toes out, hands to the hips. As you bend into a squat, you're looking to track your knees over the middle toe. So if you look at your toes and the big toe is not visible, that's your cue to push and engage these inner thigh muscles. You may even feel your glutes turn on when you do that. Inhale here. And exhale, sit a little lower. Good, inhale here. Exhale, breathe out slowly. And inhale and bring yourself back up to standing. Great job. Heel toe your feet together. We're going to be using the seat of the chair to come into a wide leg forward fold. I really, really love the way this feels in my body. If you find that the seat of the chair is too low for you, you can do the same thing with the desk height. So using the seat of the chair, we're looking to get a nice wide stance, toes pointed straight forward, feet parallel, and then hands to the chair. And I just slide my forearms onto the seat and press my hips back. So I can maybe even get my head dropped down there, or maybe the forehead just rests. This kind of depends on what you're working with. Breathing deeply. Good. And then you'll slowly ease your way out. And then there's no really beautiful or graceful way to come out of it. Just heel toe your feet together and eventually make your way back up to standing. We'll come into one more balance pose. I like to use the chair on the side as balance. You can use what you've got there. So of course, this is a very traditional pose. You'll recognize that it's tree pose. You're going to ground through your standing foot. Here I'm on the right. I'm using my right hand to balance with the chair. And then left hand on the hip to start. Begin by floating the left toes. And then just turn that knee out to the left. You may be sliding the foot up to the calf. You may even take the foot and slide it all the way up into your thigh. You may be ready to reach one arm overhead. You may feel like you can bring both limbs overhead, rooting through your rooted foot and reaching up through the arms like limbs of a tree. Beautiful. It can help to draw your core muscles in, waist in. Can help to gaze at a point somewhere in your space that's not moving. Just keep being right here, right now in your balance, following your breath. Only one more. Good, and then lower the hands down. Take the knee forward and 2 feet to the floor and shake out that standing leg. Good. We'll just come to the other side. Since I have this chair, it moves around easily. Just move to the other side. Left leg is grounded, rooted. Right foot is floating, either kickstand on the ankle, sole of the foot on the calf or on the thigh. Hand can be on the chair with one arm reaching, or 2 arms can reach overhead. Just hold here. Listen to the sound of your own breath. Last one. And then float the hands down. Take the floating foot to the ground. Shake out your standing leg. Good. For this last standing pose, again, it's forward fold. Little bend in the knees, roll down. These are so nice after balance. It really helps your nervous system to let go of anything that comes up from balance. Our bodies have a mind of their own. So even though we know we're safe standing on one leg, the body might feel a little off balance, right? And now we just let the body know all is well. Breathing deeply, 2 feet on the floor. Letting go of the head. And then gently roll up the spine. Come on up to standing. Good, nice work. You completed the standing sequence, and now we'll take a seat, do a couple of stretches before closing with a nice, relaxing, de-stressing meditation. Let's start first with right ankle to left thigh. Make sure you're able to see me. Right ankle to left thigh. Good. So you may already be feeling deep stretch in your hip. This is the perfect place for you to be. You stay right here. Maybe you feel like you could hinge forward. The only thing I would recommend is not to push down on this knee. This hand is here just as a guide. You may be able to hinge all the way forward, or maybe you are able and you just don't want to go that far today. Wherever you are, breathe into your version of the stretch. Notice what happens when you simply breathe and allow. And on your next inhale, lift yourself up. And switch sides. Again, you feel into your body. Where is the right position for you on this side? And we'll be here just a few more breaths, holding the stretch. And on your next inhale, come up. Great, 2 feet to the floor. Gentle twist. So if you've taken this class with me before, you've heard me give you this little disclaimer about seated twists in the chair. But just as a reminder, our hands are only involved in the twist just as a place to rest and a guide. The twist is really coming from the muscles of the core. We're not looking to force or press into the twist using the hands. So as you inhale, reach your arms up overhead and then pulling your navel in, twisting from your core, take yourself over to the right and let your hands just fall wherever they land. So maybe you have an arm here, maybe it's the desk, maybe it's the side of the chair, your thigh. Wherever that is, they're lightly there, just guiding you into the twist. And as you inhale, keep growing taller. And as you exhale, let your head move in the direction of twist. Inhale, growing taller. Hands are light. Exhale to deepen. And last one. Now as you inhale, you're sweeping your arms up overhead. Coming forward and turning in the other direction. Landing your hands wherever is best given where you are. Inhale and lengthen, and exhale, turning head in the direction of twist. And keep following that breath. And then inhale, two arms up overhead, coming back forward, release the hands. And take the hands behind, either to your chair or to interlace behind your back. And pull the shoulder blades together, finding that nice upright seat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Great. All right, we're going to use this last part of class to come into a nice, rather long guided meditation. So I wanted to give you this opportunity during the holidays to have a little bit of extra time to be mindful of your breath, to really de-stress. So now, especially if you've done this full hour of practice, your body should be ready to sit in meditation. By long, I mean, I don't mean like 10 whole minutes, but at least 3 minutes of meditation, which can actually feel like a long time. So if you want to go into full yoga mode and you have a space where you can sit on your cushion or your mat, in your cross legs, or you'd like to sit against the wall, I invite you to find a really comfortable seated position for meditation. And I'm just going to stay here in my chair. So for those of you who are in a space or it's more comfortable for you to be in the chair, that's perfect too. So wherever you are, ground down through your sit bones, which means just feel that connection of your seat on whatever you're sitting on. Right? So this is an anchor for the mind. It lets us know, yeah, we're right here, sitting. Right? We're not off thinking about what's happening later or what happened before. We're just here right now, sitting in our space. And we'll begin meditation with a counting breath, right? So where we're counting our own breath. We'll be counting backwards from 10. Each inhale and each exhale are one breath. So it's like something like this. Inhale 10 and exhale. Right? Or inhale, exhale 10. Inhale 10. Exhale 10, inhale 9, exhale 9. We'll be doing this in quiet, okay, in silence. So starting from 10, breathe in, breathe out, that's 10. 9, inhale, and exhale. And continue counting on your own all the way to 1. If you lose track, you can start over. Otherwise, counting down to 1. When you finish, just breathe naturally, eyes closed, sitting tall. With the same attention that you counted your breath, you'll continue observing your inhale and your exhale for the next couple of minutes. If at any point you find yourself really distracted, you now have that tool of counting, so you can return to that. Otherwise, you can just watch the breath, see the inhale come in, and see the exhale go out. And I'll periodically remind you to bring your awareness back. But otherwise, just holding space for you to be in meditation, observing the breath for the next couple of minutes. Notice any noises or distractions that take your awareness away from the breath, including my voice. And then return to sensation of breath, awareness of breath, or counting of breath. And again, your mind may have wandered off, or I might have distracted you with the sound of my voice, or something else in your space may have grabbed your awareness. Whenever that happens, back to awareness of breath. And deepen your breath, keeping your eyes closed. And let it go, keeping the eyes closed. And then bring your awareness to your forehead and notice if you feel any mental energy or concentration in that space. In the area between your eyes. And just let that area smooth out. Might help to find a smile or just to breathe cool air into the forehead space. And let it go. Let your shoulders settle. Let your jaw relax. And then take one more breath. And gently open your eyes. Let the light in. Maybe find a smile if you're feeling as though that were a positive practice for you. Thank you so much for joining me for this class. I appreciate you all so much. And again, just wanted to remind you that today is Giving Tuesday. And so if you are looking for a way to give back, you can always go to You Call This Yoga's Facebook page, You Call This Yoga, to find the fundraising donation link. You'll also be entered to win raffle prizes, and everything that is raised today, up to $5,000, is being matched. Your donations and the matching donation help bring yoga to everyone, for free. So thank you again for joining. I'll be back again next week. I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday, Take care. Bye.